that is wrong with my card. Why you wanna live the land of your elders? Who will keep the bloodline and the legacy? Are we gonna disappear forever? Don't you know I need you so? Don't you know I need you so? Don't you know I need you so? Where the light is fabricated, and forget about the moon and the sun. You know that their soul is dark and empty, completely corrupted by vice and technology, and your heart is too pure to be taken away. Don't you know we need you so? Don't you know we need you so?
You're so good, 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 you're so good. You're so good, 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 you're so good. You're so good, 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 you're
You know, hey. Welcome to Club Shada episode 179. I like that. This show is brought to you by Shada, Gods of Good Fortune. Hello to all the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome. Make yourself at home. Anya, Meryl, Buyamba, and many more. It's a pleasure to have you. I hope everybody's in a good spirit as I am. I hope everybody had a great beginning of the week as I did. I'm about to stop chilling and go back to work. I mean, I haven't been not doing nothing, but I've been not recording, just giving myself a little bit of time after recording a full 50 songs album, 4 years of work. I just took a little bit of time to enjoy, and now about to go back at it, start recording album 11 and start pushing out singles week after week. But after this album comes out, it's going to be a lot of remixes, a lot of album remix singles, and then I'm going to start going back with some new material. But when you have a whole album, maybe a little bit of time. Maybe I'll do some covers, stuff like that. I want to acknowledge all the sponsors who have been giving for this show. Don't forget that you can super chat and become the stream royalty anytime you want. So the good thing right now is that you can become the stream royalties with $2. There's nobody to beat. In the month of February, we've been cool. So if you want to super chat and have your name here, this is the moment. I thought it was just me and Trisha, and then the chat just could never have a moment, just us. Listen, before I say hi, I did this, I don't know why, I did a stupid mistake. It was 11 and something. I think it was 11:40 something. And I was like, oh fuck, the show is soon. I didn't dine. I'm not hungry, but I feel like eating something, and I did the stupidest mistake. I ordered some McDonald's from Uber Eats. And I finished eating 15 minutes ago. And McDonald's just before a show is a very bad idea. Because now I'm feeling it, it's heavy, So yeah, listen, when I mute like that, I'm joking. How's everybody doing? Trish, what's good, sister? I hope you're good. Mountain of Inspiration. Me retiring from music? Never. Hell no. Greetings, my dear cousin. Tatiana, how are you? How things are going? I hope that work is not crazy as things are easing a little Elise Boys, what's good? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm having my yogi ready for when my mouth is dry. I feel more yogurty. La Milliardaire, I hope you're feeling better. I hope your feelings are lifted up. Hey, Lainey, what's good? That's beautiful. Thank you so much. CV Beast, what up, brother? How are you? Good. I hope you're good. The future soundbit was good. We're good. We're all good. The wife just did her third shot, so she was a little tired earlier today and yesterday night, but she's fine now. She's good. Vraiment, pas souffrance. Pas souffrance. It's coming, I can't wait. Another 8 days until the release of the masterpiece. Can't wait to, share with the world what I did and share it with you. Yeah, this is a good year coming. This is a good year starting. Yeah. La magie des bisous à distance. So listen, I don't even know what I did these last 3 days. I've been, investing a lot of my NFT money. I've been placing it in different places. I'm actually, I did the biggest placements I ever did, in terms of, that whole thing. So, I never had that amount of money to invest in cryptocurrency. So I invested 90% of my gains from the drop, all in 2 different cryptos. I actually have staked them. So listen, and for some people that might be some complicated terms, but they are locked and generating interest. That's what it means. So, taking some bets for the future, investing in the future. That's what I've been doing. And now I'm working on my next drop, and I'm super happy about the first art that I did for the drop. So I'm not going to reveal it yet. I'm waiting to have like 12 to 14 artworks before I can submit to crypto.com and have a date on the next drop. But that's for later on. Oui. Yeah, so I don't even, I don't even know what happened in the news. Like, I was really, these last 2 days, I didn't even edit clips from the last episode. I have to do it tomorrow, and I will do today's show and last week's shows, all the clips in one. I really was just chilling, watching videos, learning new stuff, learning new stuff about crypto, about the different things I do, etc. Before I talked about today's subject, because I cannot be long, because I'm really feeling uncomfortable, and I woke up super early, so I'll be probably tired early. So yeah, listen, if you have things that you want to touch, subjects, don't hesitate in the chat. Then I will talk about a career ending story. I wouldn't even call it a career ending story. I would call it the opportunity of a lifetime destroyed. But it's just story time. So I will keep it for after. Maybe you got stories, you got questions. So like sometimes we can just go Q&A, and yeah, if you have any question or things you want to talk about, go ahead in the chat. And if you don't, then we'll proceed to my little story. And I think it's a story that really was a very teachable moment for me, and it opened my eyes also about other things, and it also kind of opened, it kind of made me see the future in a way of why some things I was about to quit. But yeah, listen, we'll talk about it in a little bit. I like to have my show intro to intro the show. At least we need at least a few minutes. Do you have Discord? I don't. I have it. I use it. I have an account because on the NFT space, like a few of these projects have Discords. So sometimes I go into the Discords, but I don't know. I don't know. I used to have my own bulletin boards. I used to have my own forums, my hip hop forums and stuff, like back in like 97, 98, 2000. And I don't know, there's something about Discord that I don't know, like, and especially when you're into NFTs, a lot of people are like, yo, you should have a Discord, la la la. Is there a Discord? So everybody has a Discord. So every project has a Discord. So there's a million Discords out there. And yeah, listen, a Discord about what I do, about Club Shada episodes, when there's a new episode, that could be cool. That could be cool, but I'm really not into it. Like Discord itself, like a lot of people love this idea of platforms that are just bare bones where there's just text, and it's kind of hard to understand, and people kind of love that, like this idea of returning to something more basic. I don't like. Sometimes I go in there, and when there's a project, and I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, it takes me back to like 20 years ago, and I don't know, like, I understand some people like this feeling of, but I don't. So maybe if there's something special, maybe it would be a great place for Club Shada members to discuss, to have conversations, and maybe to promote my episode, promote music, beat makers to promote their beats, etc. But I don't even know if I would go there all the time, like, because it's this thing where the more time goes, the less I want to disperse myself doing 1,000 things. So people like, yo, you should also be on Twitch. You should also be on Facebook Live. You should also be, you have to be on TikTok and Tyler and Twitter and Insta and Twitter and this and that, and you also have to have this, and how come you don't have a Telegram, and a Viber, and me, I'm like, you know what, like, instead of just dispersing myself everywhere, I'd rather have 2, 3, 4 places where I'm active, other than having to copy every time I do something, to copy the link everywhere. So to give you an example, when I start my live stream, if I was really like working on it, like working on the promotion of the live when I started, so I should create a post on my Facebook page, then my Facebook profile, then my Instagram. So I put a story usually, then a tweet. Then I could also post on my websites, kaysha.com, sushiraw.com. I could like, and yeah, I could have a Club Shada Instagram, and then a Club Shada Twitter, so people know when there's an episode. And then when like, but then it becomes too much work. So as long as you are a one-man operation, you have to know your limits and know the things that you're not going to do just because everybody's doing it, so that you don't end up doing creating something and not maintaining it. At this point, like my Facebook page, for example, is just anything I post on Instagram, just post it there automatically. The 2 places that I'm very active are Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. That's it. And that's more than enough for me. Now, the utility of a Discord, I kind of see it. Actually, my son was talking to me about it, because my son has his Discord for games and stuff. He was like, yo, Dad, you should have a Discord. I mean, I was like, yo, listen, I mean, yeah, why not? Like, but then I could set it up, like, you know, NFTs, music, Club Shada, post your NFTs, post your new music, Beatmakers Lounge. Like, I did that before. I had forums. The problem for me is, once it's set up and everybody's there, would I go there myself? Because that's the thing. Like, if you create something like that, you have to be there. And it's like, for now, I'm not saying it's forever, but every time I go in there, I don't feel like, oh my God, it's such a great place. And it's true that in the NFT space, a lot of people are asking you, yo, where's the Discord for your project? Where's the this, where's the that? And me, I'm like, actually, there's a lot of things happening on Twitter when it comes to the NFT space. So it made me use Twitter more. And when it comes to Discord, I didn't find one server that I find interesting, because one of the biggest problem of the NFT space for me is that there's so much project. It's just like music. Everybody's hearing stories of people making it, people becoming millionaires out of nothing. I mean, out of their creation, and then like in nothing in terms of time, like in a second, like boom, 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 the life change. So everybody's looking for that life-changing moment, and this also brings all the scammers, all the people who want to profit from all the money that's in there. And so everybody has a project with 10,000 pieces. Everybody has this. Everybody's an artist. And as always, I will never be the person saying that you should be and you should not be. I will never be that person, because I believe that, hey, if you want to express yourself. But the fact that today it is so easy to be part of everything. It's easy to have a YouTube channel, and it's easy to put music online. It's in same thing for NFT. Anybody can just become an NFT artist and try to make it, and then there's an avalanche of and this avalanche of tweets, of spamming, of direct messages, check my project, check this, check that, and there's an avalanche of discords. So you create a discord, and then when you go inside of discords, all you see is everybody trying to promote their project. Everybody's like, yo, check my thing, and then you're like, yeah, but let me be my space, in my space with my people, and try to do the things differently. So this is I mean, it is an ongoing thought process, because I thought about it. When was it? Thought about it last week, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should have one. But then I was like, oh, listen, every time I get in that app, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like I said. Am I? Et Ness, ça fait plaisir de te revoir. J'ai grandi avec tes musiques, mais j'allais juste dire pour finir que tu parleras pas un peu français pour les francophones. Ah, l'éternel débat. En fait, comme je le dis toujours, la problématique, c'est que si je parle en français, les anglophones vont dire qu'ils comprennent pas. Si je parle en portugais, les anglophones et les francophones vont me dire qu'ils ne comprennent pas. Sans parler d'autres qui parlent d'autres langues, il y a des Russes parfois. Donc, quand t'as un public très multi-cosmopolite et qui vient d'un peu partout, l'anglais, c'est la langue internationale. C'est pour ça que j'ai choisi de faire ce show en anglais. Je me suis pris la tête longtemps, il y a des années d'ailleurs, pour mes vlogs, pour mes trucs, pour tout ce que je mets en ligne, même Instagram. Pourquoi pas en français, mais en fait, j'ai toujours eu un public international, donc c'est assez compliqué quand tu as des publics qui parlent toutes les langues de satisfaire tout le monde. Tu vas jamais... Il y a toujours quelqu'un qui va te demander pourquoi tu la chantes, pourquoi tu parles telle langue ou telle langue et telle langue. Moi, je parle 9 langues. Donc moi, je m'en fous de parler l'une ou l'autre. Mais après, c'est plus logique de parler une langue que tous les autres comprennent. Parce que là, tu as la moitié des gens qui comprennent le français, mais tu as l'autre moitié qui ne comprennent pas. Donc voilà. C'est pour ça. En tout cas, merci pour tes compliments, Ness. That's dope. MPC. I never was an MPC guy. I always was a mouse guy, mouse and screen guy. Hey, Julie, long time. How are you? Did you answer to your problematic about your different channels on Spotify? Yes. I mean, yes and no. I know what I'm gonna do. I didn't start yet because I wanted to finish my album. Now that my album is finished, I have time for me, and I'm gonna be on the administrative side because I have to see if all the songs are protected, make sure that everything is set up in all the different spaces. I'm gonna start working on reducing my number of imprints inside of the platforms, and the first I'm gonna start with is the smaller one. So that was the last name I created, was Davagani. I'm gonna turn everything into Angel City, and I will have just 3 names now. I will have Kaysha, Diamantero for everything, Afro house, Amapiano, etc. And I will have Angel City for everything from hip hop beats to house music to every genre that have an electronic feel. So this will permit me to completely reduce my amount of music in the platforms. No, sorry, not my amount of brands, and help me concentrate on just being when I want to work on Angel City, I have like a big catalog for all three. So, but I didn't start yet. I have everything in my head, how I'm going to do it and where I'm going to start. There's just a few problems that I have to check because some products, I release them in other platforms where it's harder to change your name. In some platforms, it's not a problem, but in the older platforms that I uploaded them back then, like in 2005, 6, 7, they kind of are a pain in the ass to just do simple things, which is just asking Spotify and the other platforms to just change the metadata of the name. So actually, you don't have to. All you have to do is say, hey, this song, the name of the artist changed from John Amati to Angel City, that song, etc. So you have to just go inside of all your catalog and see all the songs you want to change and turn them into different artist names. So it's just some it's kind of an administrative stuff. It's not complicated, but you just have to work on it. Hey, Emmanuel Etienne, la reine du COVID. I hope you're feeling good. Wow, listen, you have COVID, like it's been like 2 weeks already, so you should be fine. Hopefully, I hope you don't have a long one like I did. Yeah, you should be good. And hey, we have a new stream royalty, Emmanuel Etienne, with $15. Thank you so much for your support, sister. And I hope you're doing great. Telegram is boring. I don't know. Listen, I'm a WhatsApp guy. You tell me whatever you want. I don't use iMessage on the iPhone. I have half of my family around the world, in Africa too, and WhatsApp is the app that we all use. And I mean, listen, when I go to Telegram, I don't see, I mean, privacy. Listen, leave me alone with that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Thank you. This is the way. Malcolm Beats, we're going to Spain. I'm coming. Franglais will just do fine then. Yeah, listen, I mean, sometimes I say to myself, when I have a French guest, I switch to French. But there's like, you cannot satisfy everybody. That's the thing. Like, whenever you speak one language, there's somebody who doesn't, know it. And if the show was all in Portuguese, I would have French people telling me yo, and an English speaker telling me yo. So then you just choose the international language, which is Chinese. No, it's English. Was good, Mr. MJ. I hope you're good. I hope the family is great. I hope your father is doing great. And you, how are you? I didn't send you that info. I have to send you that. My God, we have like 5 days to finish, to create that video. So I hope you're not too busy. On peut pas faire un site internet où le logiciel pourrait juste changer juste de la langue comme ça. On cliquerait sur la langue de notre choix. Yes, je crois que maintenant sur YouTube, il y a certaines fois où tu peux même avoir tu peux cliquer sur les sous-titres et parfois c'est en automatique et ça peut aussi te faire la traduction automatique. Mais bon, si ça entend mal un mot, ça va, c'est le bordel. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to find the best way to simplify my catalog because, as a one person, it's kind of hard. Unless another idea would have been to just hire somebody to create content for that, but that's less authentic for me. So that's what I chose. I'm gonna send it to you today. Any reason why you wouldn't put all your musical creations under the Kaysha brand? You want to experience separately to keep the Kaysha brand rooted in what you became famous for? The thing is this, I've always been a free artist. I always did what I want. I always not really cared about this idea that you got famous doing this, so you have to stay doing this. Like my music changed over the years. It's just that I realized when I did the Forever Young album that there was a limit to what people, and maybe because it was 2008, so maybe after 14 years later people are just now used to it. But at the time that I created all the brands, I realized that there was a limit even for me, because from the first album I had Brazilian music, zouk, kizomba, rap, jazz. My albums were always very eclectic, but I could say that we could say that it was like world music. At that time, doing an album with zouk, kizomba, compa, and Afro beats and reggaeton and coupe décalé and Afro house. It's still, for people, it stayed in the same realm, I would say. And most people were just, it was okay for most people. But then when I did the second CD with house music, there was a lot of pushback. Everybody was like, yo, nah, too much. So that's when I decided that the house music would be Mr. Shada, which became Monsieur de Shada. So I re-released the whole house music CD into the first album of Monsieur de Shada. And then I had Jana Mari from before, actually, because I started actually doing house music. So I just brought it back at a point, released a vinyl, and then I was like, like Kaysha could be like the one that's famous, and then I could experiment with the others. And then I got carried away. When I started doing the hip hop beats, it became Angel City in 2001. And then then at a point I was about to invent another guy for reggaeton, another guy for this, and then I was like, yo, it's too much. But then I already had like 2 Diamantero albums, 4 Angel City albums, 2 Monsieur de Shada album, 2 Jana Mari albums. So and it's always a moving target for me, because sometimes I just say to myself, yo, just do like the YouTube channel, call everything Kaysha. But then for a lot of people, Kaysha is not just the beat maker, he's also a singer. So if I would release a bunch of instrumentals with the name Kaysha, people might be like, when is he singing? So they wouldn't understand when I put the Angel City stuff out. So in terms of logic, it just made more sense to divide everything in 3 and put Kaysha for Kaysha. This brand is already known, and people kind of know what they expect from it. And even you can do some surprise, etc. They still expect something specific, more or less, even if they know that it's inside of this. They still know it's inside of this. And outside of that, electronic music, Angel City, Afro House, etc., Diamantero. And it kind of gives you also a certain freedom when you don't have to have expectations in terms of numbers, in terms of, and it's kind of also exciting to do something from scratch, like Diamantero, go from no listeners at all to 10,000. That's amazing for me. Even if Kaysha has 300,000, but saying to yourself in this day and age, you can go from nobody listening to you to 10,000 in 2 years, and just pushing out content and doing instrumental music, doing featurings with yourself. It's exciting as well. So I don't believe that if I just named everything Kaysha, it would be better in terms of algorithm. I mean, I don't know if the algorithm would like me to just change style so much, but I know that for me, I would be like, yo, listen, that would be more public to listen to that stuff. But if the same public, they don't recognize themselves in that stuff, then the algorithm punishes you. Because let's say you release a house music instrumental, and the people who are thinking that Kaysha should be like this, they're like, oh, I don't like it, and they don't add it to their libraries, and they play it only like 20 seconds, and then they drop it. Then the algorithm will be like, oh, they don't like it, so it will not serve it to them, and then it might screw your whole dance with the algorithm. So I really believe that it's better to find 3 kingdoms and start working on those 3 instead of 7. So yeah, I learned English with your songs. Wow. That's crazy. I learned English watching Eddie Murphy. So it's crazy to me that somebody learned English listening to me. That's amazing. Je n'ose pas venir te parler en aparté pour te demander des conseils sur des projets. I mean, I'm busy. It's true. I don't have time to do long things, but yeah, from time to time you can ask a question. I'll reply. Or maybe I should do a club Shada about, advices. That could be cool too. C'est ça. Éclectique, multilingue. Listen, from the beginning, I've in my albums I spoke Spanish. I was rapping in Spanish, in English, in Russian, in this and that, but some people, they wanna simplify, and then there's a point where you cannot force them out too much of the simplification. Yeah, it's the thing here. In the administration of everything, it becomes a problem. Then even in the registration of the works and protection of the brands, it is like if you have 7 names or 6 names, it multiply your work by all these names. So yeah. Hey, bon réveil. Yeah, listen. So yeah, if you have no more questions, I like replying questions. I love interviews I should do Kaysha interviewed by the Shada gang. That would be cool. Oh God, this cable is getting under the. Oh my God, this is horrible. Oh, you know what? I know. This is too tight. Oh, yeah. I bet it needs some. That was McDonald's was a very bad idea at this time. I knew it, and I still ordered. That's the problem. Uber Eats. Yeah. What can I say? So listen, I'm not gonna stay too long. I'm gonna try to keep this under an hour and a half. I have one story to tell you, and I think it's a story that is very it was a teachable moment for me, but it was also a teachable moment for every party involved. Now, is that complicated? So, listen, I learned a lot about the ways of the industry that from that specific business, and I've seen how a career can end before it started, and that was crazy. Listen, that was something. So I think in 2003 or 4, forgot when it was. Of course, I'm not gonna say the names just to avoid drama and even because everybody that I talk about in this story, I'm cool with them today. So I'm not trying to create open old dramas, just telling things how they happen from my point of view and trying to be as factual as possible, but to tell you how I was like, the fuck? So I did a project, and it was a project where I invited a bunch of artists. A project where I did all the instrumentals, and then I would invite artists to come and perform. So cool. So at that time, you know, there's a lot of people. You know, there's a at that point there's a lot of yeah. The thing is this, as your name is not cemented yet, and you don't have like that much projects out, you can actually use the same name, in my opinion, so that people learn all the facets of you. Me, my name is really cemented, so the conversation is different. But I would not put myself in all those difficulties if I were you. But yeah, let me get back to my story. So I did a compilation project, invited a bunch of artists. So at that time, all the artists we work with, artists that we want to showcase, and also artists that we want to do albums in the future, etc., etc. And there was this guy that I never worked with, but he was very talented, and he had a lot of featurings here and there, even in some project that I produced, but I never worked with him. And I invited him on this project. So until then, everything is cool. Now, the project was just supposed to come out as a sushiraw project, and that's it. But somehow that song, the particular song that I did with that guy, created interest, sparked interest in a big record company. They really were like into the song. I don't know where they heard it. I don't remember exactly because, but somehow they heard the song in the project, and they were like, "Yo, listen, this project is amazing. It's there in your what we call the ghetto, which is our West Indies African productions. We in French we used to call it the ghetto, in the ghetto, into like the music ghetto. So they were like, "Yo, listen, the compilation is great for the ghetto. You can keep it. We don't care, but we would love to launch this song, and we would love to do a deal with you guys about this song." And we were talking about a big record label. I think it was Virgin Records, if I remember well. Yo, we're here. We really want to make this song explode, and we have a big plan, and we would love to sit down with you. So, we went, me and my partner at the time, we go sit down with the guys. So we go to that big record company, we sit down with the guy and they tell us, hey, listen, so about the song, we love it. I said, okay, thanks. We would like to know, like, who owns the song, etc., etc. So I said, this is a project from me, Sushiraw, and this is my partner, Harold Sangamalon. We work together on it. So if there's a deal, it's going to be with the two of us, and it's going to be 50-50. All right, cool. So if it's just you two, we would love to know, is the artist signed to you? Not, I said, no, listen, the artist is, he works with us on that track, but he's not signed to us, etc. So what do you want to do exactly? And they were like, yeah, listen, we would love to push the song and to make it a national song. So come out the ghetto, become national hits. We wanna reshoot the video. We wanna like make it really a song for the summer, and probably generate around €1 million. Of course, you guys will have like 50% of that or whatever, and us we will have that, etc. Like, and they want to discuss the details. So but we want to know if you are interested first, or if like we're losing our time having a conversation with you guys. So we said, hey, listen, we open to all opportunities. For us, it's a small project. We were supposed to sell, like, we're trying to sell 4,000-5,000 compilations. So if you guys can sell 500,000 singles, we're not gonna say no. Because listen, we were supposed to make around, I don't know, we're trying to make 20,000, 30,000 benefit out of this project. If you can turn it into $1 million, we're not gonna say no. So, and that's how I started seeing how they do, because they explain to us. So once we start deciding how we're gonna do, they told us that they really wanted us to give them the publishing of the song, so that they can propose it to maybe TV stations and radio stations, can have shares of the song. If they have shares of the song, they will play them more, because if they play them more, when the publishing comes from all the plays, a part goes back to the radios and the TV station. I was like, wow, that's how they do? All right, okay. Hey, listen, if you want the publishing, no problem. I don't mind. I have all these songs, so I can give you the publishing. It's cool. So I was like, okay, in this case, what do you think of doing? And they told us that they wanted to organize a contest with a big French radio, and that the song would be the winner, we know, but then they would ask for a lot of people to send their songs, and then they would say that the winner of that contest on the radio. So they do a contest for like 2 weeks, and then every day they talk about the contest on the radio, and the winner of the contest gets a recording contract with their record company, and a song produced by Kaysha, etc., whatever. And then there would be, contestant, and every day they would remove some songs, people would vote, etc., etc., and in the end, the winner would be the song. And I was like, so wait a minute, you want to do a fake contest? So you want to do a contest where we know from the get-go that this song will be the winner, but for 2 weeks we're gonna have, like, innocents just submitting their songs, thinking that there's an option for them to make it in the industry, but in reality the winner has been chosen. And then they look at me, they're like, yeah, that's how we do all the time. This is normal stuff. Like, you think all these things you see on TV, like, people care about the votes. Most of the time, we already know who we invest in, and we use the contest just as a promo because everybody's listening, everybody, and then the radio will have their cut of the publishing. The TV, if there's a TV station that is part of the whole thing, they will have their cut as well. We will take our cut, you'll take your cut, the people who sell the shows will take their cut, and we rolling. I was like, yo, this is some next level shit. You guys are cold. Alright, okay. So I was like, listen, as an artist, I felt like those poor people who will submit their music. But as a businessman, I was like, it makes sense. That's a great promo plan. And at the same time, I said to myself, the contest would actually be a great way to discover new people. You never know. There might be 1 or 2 people in this contest that I can snatch from, even if I know everybody's going to lose, actually, except my song with the artist. I was like, I might find some gems in there and just sign 1 or 2 people. So, I was like, okay, let's do it. So after a week or 2, we start negotiating everything, the terms, who takes the publishing, how much percent they give us from the sales, how we share everything, etc. And also how we share the money from the shows, because it's something I didn't realize as well because we were always in the independent ghetto music business where we do everything ourselves, we work like ants. But in the national major business, a lot of things are different. For example, when a show is sold 5,000, the 5,000 don't go necessarily to the artist. There are different players that take a little cut of the 5,000. So let's say the show is sold 5,000, and it's a big tour of 50 dates for the whole summer, and it's gonna be in the 5,000. The record company will take 1,000. The booking agency that sells all the shows for you will take another 1,000, and management and maybe the people who are organizing the tour will take another 1,000, and for you, the artist, you left with 2,000. But in the Zouk business, a lot of artists were performing for 1,000 per show, 800 per show, 500 per show. So 2,000 was still nice. And the fact that they're telling you you're gonna have 50 shows. So it's 50 by 2,000. So that's 100K. Yeah, it's 100K. So everybody makes money from the show. So we had to sit down with the artist. Once we understood all this, we understand all the implication of etc. Yeah, bro. You have to so we sat down with the artist and we told him, listen, here's the situation. We have this big record company. They want to meet you. They love you. They love your style. This is the whole thing. There's going to be a fake contest. He's going to play on national radio, one of the big free radios in Paris and all around France. They're going to do this contest for the next 2-3 weeks. And Black Free Thinker, thank you so much for $5. Thank you so much for supporting the show. So as I was saying, we explained to him the situation. They're gonna do a fake contest. In 3 weeks, you will be the winner of the contest. And after everybody, the contest create all the buzz, we give you the single comes out. The single comes out as the winner of the contest, and then we release it on their label, and it becomes a national hit, hopefully. And then we have one French big TV station did down to play the songs, but you have to give them your publishing, which means you have to give them 50% of the copyright generated from your writing. But if you think about it, if we release independently, maybe you will make 500 from your copyright. But if they play it every day, maybe they will generate 2, 3, 400,000, and you will get half of that money. So it's a great sacrifice in my opinion. And me, I'm gonna give half of my publishing to the radios, the booking companies, etc. So everybody's eating, but because all these people in their thing, they're letting us go inside of their mafia, we will actually all eat way more than we would have eaten from the song if it just came out inside of my little compilation. And the guy was like, yo, this is crazy. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Oh my God. Wait, what record company you said? I said, oh, it's this company. Oh my God. I'm going to sign with them. Wow, that's crazy. Oh man, thank you so much, bro. The guy was super happy. So he was like, okay, if the artist is happy, cool. We went back to the record company. We told them, hey, listen, we agree with all the terms. We agree with all the businesses. Let's sign all the details. Let's put everything in contract. So, we start creating new publishing for the song, signing everything, blah, 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 deciding how much money will be made every time there's a show, deciding having the when there's going to be the contest, etc., blah, blah, blah. Okay. Until now, in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm about to make a ton of money. And I'm like, yay. And yeah, listen, everything is in the green. The artist is happy. The artist is cool. I'm cool. My partner is cool. The guys from the record company are super happy. They just opened the label in France, so they have a ton of money. They have to prove, so they're gonna put all the energy in it. It's perfect. And I believe, I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna make from my share from the shows. If the show is sold if the show is sold 5,000, and in every show I have 1,000 for me per show, and there's 50 show. So I'm making 50,000 just from the shows, and I'm gonna make another probably from the copyright because I made the beat. So I'm probably gonna make from the copyright in 6 months another, I don't know, 100 to 200,000. And because I'm also the owner of the master and the producer of the executive producer of the project, I'm probably gonna make another, I don't know, depending on how much they sell. If we get 50% or 40%, listen, I was about to make around 300,000 or 400,000 from that project, just that one song. So me, I was pretty excited. The artist was excited because, he was like, hey, wait a minute. Are you telling me that I'm gonna make like only 2,000 per show and they're gonna sell the show for 5,000? But I don't understand, normally management. I was like, nah, calm down, bro. We're not in the West Indies. We're not in Africa. We are in the national business. It doesn't work the way we work. In this thing, everybody gotta eat. And this is the reason why they let you eat. They're gonna let us eat because everybody has to eat. That's how they work. But you're gonna have 50 shows guaranteed, and they're gonna pay you all your 50 shows in advance. So you're supposed to make 2,000 per show. So that's 100K that you're supposed to make, and they will give you 70K in advance before the tour begins, and then they will give you another 30K when you did your 50 shows. And you're gonna perform from after the contest is done and the single comes out, the video. You're gonna perform everywhere, all around France, Belgium, all this, Switzerland, all these places, and you're gonna get like 100K for sure. So listen, I know you get 500 to 600 per show. So think about it. And usually those people who give you 600, they try to negotiate for 400. Now here, there's no negotiation. You're gonna get 100K sure. Plus you're gonna get your writing. You're gonna get copyright from your writing. So if I make 100, you will make 100 from your writing, because I made the music, you made the writing. Plus you're gonna get your name all around. So after that, if you do an album or if you do other singles, your name is completely different from where we are today. You're gonna be there. So then you're gonna those are sacrifices that you do today for your career tomorrow. It was like, yeah, I understand, bro. I understand. Yo, this is crazy. This is, oh yeah, that's great. That's okay. I see. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay, cool. All right. So this is 2004. Now let's go back 8 years before. In 1996, 7 years, 1997, there was a huge group in France. Huge group. They would sing French R&B. They were like the Boys to Men. But in French. Those guys were my homies, cool. And I also knew their manager. And I've seen from inside how their manager fucked the group. Because in that group, there was one guy writing everything and everybody else was just singing. And the manager started putting the one guy against his 4 friends. And I saw him. I would see him all the time putting things in his head slowly. You know, he was always like, and this guy his name was Mike. And this guy, every time I would see him, you know, at the breakfast, I would see him. He was like, yeah, yo, these guys are useless. Can you imagine? Like, you the one making the more money. You the one this. You the one writing. You the one making the music. Like, listen, those guys should treat you with more respect. Those guys don't know. What if you start your solo career? What would they do? What would they do? And this guy actually was one of the reasons, but in my opinion, from my point of view, he was the main reason why that group disbanded at a point. Because he really started making the one who was writing all the songs think that he was better than his childhood friends. And there was so much money being made, not only from the shows, but also so much money being made from the writing and composing, because he was writing and composing everything. When everybody made at the end of the year from all the shows they were doing, let's say everybody made fake numbers. Let's say everybody made at the end of the year, let's say each one of them made, I don't know, 30,000. They had to divide everything by 5 with the management. So let's say everybody made 50,000 after 1 year of touring everywhere. He made $1 million because the songs were so big at that time and they would play on on TV and radio all the time. And one of these TV called M6, so it's a French TV, and M6 was they were signed to M6. So they would put them on every show. They would put them in, they had a big tour called, I forgot what was the name of that big tour that this channel was creating. It was, so M6 Interaction, they had this tour called Hit Machine. So they had a show called Hit Machine, but they will also have a whole tour called Hit Machine. And they would be headlining every show. So you have to understand something. When you go on TV and you sing your song, you generate copyright. When you go on, when you have your video clips playing on those big channels, you generate copyright. And when you go do shows, not only you get paid your cachet to perform, but you also generate a lot of copyright from the songs that you play on those shows. And those shows also play on TV, so you also generate from the replays on TV. And those guys were huge. But listen, in France at that time, nobody was bigger than them. So my guy here is making $1 million. He's living now in a castle, etc. And his friends were making way less, but they were all childhood friends. So normally everything was cool. And then I see this guy, their manager, talking to him. Like sometimes I would just catch conversations and the guy would be like, yo, yeah, those guys without you, you the man. Like, come on, mom, listen. You know, we could replace them with guys that look better. Like, come on. They don't look as good as you. You're the beautiful guy. You this, you that, you that. Listen. And then I see my friend starting to feel himself, starting to really feel that he's better than his friends. And that's when the group went. All right. Let's go back to 2004. So we cool, everything is fine, everything is ready, everything is about to happen, everything is about to be fresh, you know, everything is about to be cool. And you know, everybody's happy, everybody's excited, the record company is excited, we excited, the artist is excited, it's all good. I go on tour, I go to perform. I had On Dit Quoi that was huge at that time. So I go to perform in Ivory Coast. I go for a week. And then when I come back, I just arrived at the airport. It's 8 p.m. I arrive in my house 9 p.m. You know, start chilling, you know, just got back in my house, so I'm there. My partner, Harold, calls me. He's like, yo, what up? Where are you? I'm on my sofa watching Prison Break. Come here now. I say, where? Come to this restaurant. We're waiting for you. I'm like, huh? Yeah, you have to come now. Say, what's going on? No, come now, just come. I'm like, just arrived from Ivory Coast. Please, come now. All right. So, yeah, take a shower, quick change, take a taxi, arrive there to, it was a hippopotamus restaurant, I remember. So we sit down and the artist is there. I think I went with Elisio and my partner Harold was there. And I see the situation and there's no happiness anymore. I'm like, so me, I arrive, I was like, yo, my homies, what up, bro? Hey. So, future rich boy, hey. And everybody's just, me, I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm like, yo, so what's popping? And now the artist here is saying that, yeah, he doesn't want to work with us anymore because we don't respect his style of music. We don't respect dancehall. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you know, I respect you, Kaysha, but him, he doesn't respect my music. He doesn't respect dancehall. And yeah, this is a problem for me. And you know, this idea that I'm gonna be paid 5,000 and I have to give 3,000 to people, it's not normal. I'm like, what? Yeah, you know, I have a new manager. His name is Mike. And he told me. And I'm like, Mike? Which Mike? And he tells me the name of the guy. And I'm like, oh shit. Your new manager is Mike? I'm like, listen, you have to be careful with Mike. I've seen him do things and he's not somebody you can trust. Nah, come on. Yeah, of course he told me you would say that. He knows you. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, but what's the problem exactly? No. We want to sit down. We want to sit down with them out there at Virgin. We want to sit down with them and we want to renegotiate everything and blah blah and da. And I was like, the thing is this: we own the song. This is our master. So we are the one negotiating with them how they're gonna use our song. Now, you are a singer, of course, and yeah, listen, if you want to start talking about how the shows work, etc., you want to go and sit down with them, up to you. But understand that you can fuck up the whole business. And if you fuck the whole business, you will go back to singing for €500 a show. Where now you're about to, even if you have to share a big chunk of it, not only are you going to make 2,000 per show, but you're going to make 50 of them guaranteed. So maybe 500 here and there, or 100K for sure. This is how you should see it, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to my partner not respecting dancehall, I'm sorry, bro, but who gives a fuck? We're not here to talk about your styles and stuff. We're here to make money. I don't know what you want exactly from your career, but this is a career changing moment that is an opportunity that is brought to you. And if you don't take it, yes, we will lose an opportunity, but we produce a ton of artists. And listen, we'll just wait for the next opportunity. Now, if I were you, and I'm telling you because, you know, we cool, we chill. If I were you, I would do that sacrifice for the future. But it's your career, so it's up to you. You know, we can always, and you can even go talk to them, and if they accept whatever you want, cool. But if they don't, we will propose them other projects. But listen, don't come here telling us all of a sudden that X doesn't respect dancehall and whatever. Who gives a fuck about that? Because you should have said that like a month ago when we started negotiating and you were agreeing to everything. You don't arrive now all of a sudden, you don't respect whatever. So, you know, he calmed down a bit after that conversation and after me giving him a little bit of perspective. And, you know, we all went home. My partner calls me, told me, these guys gonna fuck up the business. I was like, I know, but we might. We might try. The thing is, if he goes at least to the first show, the first 4 or 5 shows, and the whole contest is goes to the end, and he sees the opportunity with his eyes, maybe he will understand the opportunity. But if before that he fucks it up, hey, c'est la vie. So at that point, we received a call the next day from another artist that took the same guy in a featuring. So it was a Zouk song, a famous Zouk artist. No, he didn't change his mind. He met Mike, and Mike start talking to his ears, the same guy. So we get a call from an artist that was super famous at that time in the Zouk world, who actually had this guy as a featured artist on one of his songs. And this guy calls us. He's like, yo, we don't understand what's going on. Like, what? So what's up? He said, yo, your guy's bugging, man. Your guy's bugging. Your guy's crazy. Like, yo. I said, but what's going on? He was like, yo, he called us with a certain mic that I never heard about. He says now he has a manager. Now he's a national artist. Now he's a major label artist, and he cannot do Zouk shows anymore. And he doesn't want to perform my song with me in all the shows of my tour. He does, like, that's beneath him now. He's not taking the 300 or 400 euros that we negotiated for 20 shows the whole summer, because now he says that his price is 5,000 and I cannot do small Zouk shows. What's going on, guys? I don't understand now. The guy's fucking up my business. Da, da, da. And we're like, what? What? And he's like, yeah. That's exactly how he told me. He said, oh, I'm a major artist now. I'm signed to a big company. I cannot do Zouk shows anymore. And now I'm not performing for your small 500 euros when my price is 5,000 now. And we like, this nigga's head just exploded before the song is even out. And we like, oh shit, this is not gonna end well. And the mic guy is already completely destroying his head. So I call Mike because I know him. I've known him from back in when he was the manager of that group that he destroyed. And I call him and say, yo, bro, come on, listen. You came out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't even know how you met this artist. He said, no, you know, this he explained to me the situation. He was there. He was at Virgin. They met each other, that whatever. I said, listen, don't fuck the business. No, you know, I'm taking, I have to defend. I said, no, listen, I know you. I know you're trying to make more money for you. We know each other. But the thing is this, if you fuck the business, you're gonna have more of zero. So I understand there's negotiation, understand what all these things I understand. But don't fuck the business. After that, listen, once you have that single out and there's a career path open for the artist, then you're strong to negotiate. But right now, this is not the moment to have these people be like, oh, you know what? Fuck off. Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean, brother. But you know, I'm trying to say, bro, listen, cut the bullshit with me. We know each other. We know each other from 95. I know what you're trying to do. Don't fuck the business. That's all I have to tell you. And don't have these artists make enemies out of all his old friends in the Zouk industry by telling him, he's not, come on, man, you cannot go do these small shit shows of Zouk, whatever, when we have. I said, bro, like, those are songs he recorded, and those are songs that he agreed to do those tours. He cannot, now that he has an opportunity, forget about, it's a question of you a man and you have to have a word. Fuck that, it's business. I was like, bro, listen, I just told you my opinion. You know my opinion. Me, I'm cool. With or without you, I'm doing my thing. And with or without that deal, I'm doing my thing. So a week passed by, and we get a call. We get a call from the major company. And we're like, yeah, what happened? And the guys from the major company are furious. They're pissed off. They're angry as hell. They're yelling on the phone. We're like, yo, calm down. What's going on? Yo, come to our office now. Like, first of all, you don't yo me and you don't summon me. You come to our office. So they come to our office. They come to our office. They start yelling. Yeah, those guys came yesterday. The artists plus his mic manager, plus this, plus that. And they start yelling here, saying that they are superstars. They want this, they want that. The manager was even more superstar than the artist that nobody knows yet. And you know what? We took a decision. So yeah, what's the decision? The decision is fuck that. This whole project is done. I was like, what? No. We don't want to work with those people. So we're really sorry. We respect you guys. We really wanted to work with you guys. But yeah, we're not gonna work with those kind of artists. We understand how it goes even before it begins. He's a problematic person, him and his manager, and we know that guy too. We know his reputation. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find more. We're gonna put our money in projects that we can control, not people who are already calling behind our back, trying to call the television, trying to call MCs, trying to call the radios, trying to call the booking agent, trying to completely redo the business when we already had a structure in place. So really sorry. We will not move on with this project. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. And hopefully maybe if you have something else to make us listen to from an artist that is reasonable, maybe we'll do something together. Until then, bless. So I look at my partner and I say, well, and he looks at me and he says, well, they fucked it up. And we start laughing because what are we gonna do? We just start laughing. We're like, yo, they fucked it up. Well, listen, move on to the next project. We had second album of Sumia to be released, second album of Eligio to be released, new album of my group ABG at that time to be released, working on this, working on that. We had a lot of projects and I was on tour. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. We'll make that money maybe another time from another project. And actually 3 years later, I did Les DS, which made me all the money that I didn't make from that project. So we just kept it moving. So after that, the Zouk artist who did a featuring with that guy, his song became huge. His song became the #1 Zouk song in that summer. And it was featuring that guy with his vocals. But because that guy told him that he's too big to perform on his shows, he asked his dancer to play back the part where this guy raps. So, one day he does a show in Paris and there's so much people in the crowd. Like It was full. Like there was like, I don't remember, that party you had like 1,000 or 2,000 people yelling for the song, and everybody was like, the song, So me, I'm in the crowd, and I'm asking myself what they're gonna do when these guys' part is gonna come. Did they cut it from the song, or what are they gonna do? And when the part comes, the two dancers take the microphone and they lip sync on top of the thing, and they do sexy move, and all the girls are yelling. And I'm like, well, yeah, good idea. But the guy was there. I'll tell you privately. The guy was there in the crowd. And he comes to me. And he's like, yo, these guys are singing my song without me. And I'm like, nigga, what? He's like, yo, this guy, they're singing the song without me. Huh? This is my vocals. They're doing playback on top of my voice. I'm like, but didn't you say that? No, this is not fine. This is not normal. They're singing my song. I should be on stage. I said, but wait a minute. Last month, you were saying that you are too big to take their small pocket change. What happened? Now you got dropped from your project. What's going on? No, it's not gonna happen. Then he just got pissed. And he went and he recorded a diss record for against the Zouk artist. So he recorded a big diss record. And so I'm with Elisio in the car the next day. It's like 4 p.m. And we had at that time a big radio called Media Tropical, which was in Paris. This was the Zouk radio. This was the radio where if you're number one there, you're number one everywhere. And we had a lot of, we were good with the radio because we were paying a lot of promo, and we were breaking a lot of hits in that radio. So we had a great working relationship with that radio. And everybody's calling me and Elisio and telling him, yo, put Media Tropical. I was like, yeah, what's going on? Put Media Tropical. Like, yo, what's going on? The guy's going crazy. The guy's insulting everybody. I was like, what? So we put the thing, and we hear the new song that he just did, where he's calling the artist a liar, a voleur, a crook, saying that, yeah, those people put him in songs and then they sing on top of his voice, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, and then the animator, who was somebody that we work with, he's like, oh, after that, we're going to have the great interview of the artist. He's going to explain the whole drama. So now the whole world, the whole microcosm of Paris, which was the whole world for us, is talking about that drama because it's going on live, and everybody's calling me. My partner is calling me. What the fuck is going on? Everybody's calling, and I'm like, I don't know. And we are listening on the radio. And I tell Elisio was driving, and he was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. And I was like, bro, head to the radio. How long to arrive to the radio? He's like, oh, half an hour, we there. I'm like, okay, head to the radio. And now the guy goes and he starts telling a story. So he's there in the radio with the mic guy, him and some other guys, his new crew. And he's explaining how, yeah, those people, they were trying to get all my money, make me sign deals that I didn't want, and etc., enslave you, exploit you, Harold, Kaysha. I was like, did he say my name? Did took my phone. So at that time, there was a girl who worked at the reception of that radio. And I knew her very well. He was one of my homies. So I call her, I say, hey. And she's like, hey, Kay. I say, put me through the main studio. Now they have a show live. Put me through the main studio, please. Oh, okay, Kay. Putting you through, sending you to. So Jean-François Saint-Louis, who was like the huge animator at that time, the huge radio host at that time. He gets me on the phone. He said, yeah, we live right now. I said, yeah, put me live. I want to be part of that interview. And so I said, put you right now. I said, yeah, put me right now. So the guys there talking, him, Mike, and the other guys that I don't know, they were talking. So he say, oh, hey, listen, we have somebody on the line who want to talk to you guys. So I'm like, yep. Hi, this is Kay. All of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, okay. Hey, what up, man? I said, yeah, I heard my name. I heard that I'm a crook. I exploit people. They said, no, that's not what I said. I said, no, that's what you said. You just called me somebody who was trying to do. I said, listen, and now you make songs where you pretend people are singing with your vocals and performing on top of your voice, etc. But let me remind you something. I was there when you told that guy that now that you are a major label artist, you don't want to perform for small cachet in the Zouk clubs. So it's funny to hear you on radio now pretending now that you lost that deal because you fucked up that deal, you and your guy, because you fucked up that deal. So all this is live on the radio. I would love that the radio interview to have been recorded. But I'm like, yo, now that you messed up the whole business and you realize that the 100K that you were supposed to do, you're not going to do it. Now you asking yourself, what am I going to do this summer? And because that song is a hit, now you are complaining that they are performing without you? Are you out of your mind? And okay, I always respected you because, you have been for the business. From the beginning, you said I said, listen, I'm for art and I'm for artists, but I'm not for idiots. And what you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot, and you're listening to somebody who destroyed people's career already. He comes somewhere and he comes and fucks it up. And it's sad to me that you're not seeing it. But you know what? In 10 minutes, I'm in the radio. Wait for me. We'll talk about it once I'm there. Now that you said my name on the radio, I'm on my way. So Elijah looks at me and he's like, should I bring my knife? I was like, nah. We're just gonna go and talk. Because, listen, we're just gonna go there. So we arrive at the reception. Listen, at that radio, we would just enter like that. There was no, we just entered. We just went to the elevator, arrived at, I don't remember what floor it was, the radio. We arrived there, we go to the receptionist, and I'm like, yo, where are they? What studio are they live from? And the girl said, they just run away. They just, like right now, they knew you were coming. I don't know but I just saw them running out of the studio. They were in a hurry. They just run. And I was like, word? Yo. So I went to the studio and I continued the live interview with the animator, and I didn't explain the whole business, but I explained to him the whole situation. Listen, we had a situation, we had a deal. Those people, all of a sudden they wanted to act gangster. They wanted to act like tough people because they thought they made it. And then at a point, they realized that, no, you will not make it if the people who are the owners of the song and the people who were supposed to invest in you decide that we're not going to do the deal. So now he comes here and complains that he's not on a song when he said himself, I'm not performing in those small shows. And I don't like, it's not fair. And that's all I said. I said, listen, I have nothing against him. I have nothing against nobody. You have the right to decide what you want to do. This is your career, but be fair. Understand that when you mess up, you mess up. And when you mess up, you have to be humble. You don't get angry at everybody else, and especially at other people for finding solutions from because of the decision that you took. That guy decided to tell his dancer to perform in your place because you said you didn't want to do it. And now that you don't have, instead of making 100K, you're gonna make 0. All of a sudden, you write a diss song. I said, this is not cool. I said, I'm sorry. This is not fair. This is dishonest. And continue the interview, etc., etc. Everybody called. All of a sudden, everybody who was with him, because he painted the story away, everybody turned against him. And the artist called to give his version of the facts, exactly, saying the same thing as me, why he did it, and he was shocked at the whole situation, etc., etc. And that's how this guy fucked his career. And that Mike guy disappeared after that. I think he tried to steal some artists from Section Zouk, the record label I was working with. But yeah, he didn't succeed in whatever he was trying to do. At that point, Zouk was super popular in France, so he was trying to get in the wrong way. And yeah, that day I learned that in a business where there's so many moving parts and there's so many emotional people, one person can fuck up a whole 3-4 month operation. Just one person. Just by being emotional, being XYZ. This can piss off somebody who's in a position of power and say, listen, I got 1 million people trying to be at your place, and you here like next. And that's exactly what happened. And that guy never, listen, I'm cool with this guy today, so that's why I don't want to say his name. But to me, that day, that's the day he never recovered from. He did more songs, he did his thing here and there, he did some stuff, but he never had that opportunity to explode from a national major label song. He never had the opportunity, and super talented guy. But you know, when oh my God, Robert Ford Jr., thank you so much for $50 super chat. You are now our stream royalty, replacing Emmanuel. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. So what I learned from that story was that thing is like, in so many moving parts, yeah, like everything can be perfect and the artist can just destroy everything because he just get excited too early, or the hyenas catch him before you can control the situation. Another thing I realized at that point was that I would rather work by myself like today because people are crazy, and people can take a beautiful situation where everybody's supposed to win, and they can turn it into something that makes no sense. And because I understood all that, and I you know, because I understood all that, I said to myself, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather be in a position where my business is not taken hostage by emotional people. And I also learned how they fabricate hits, how they fabricate this whole, how they can fabricate the whole hits, the whole excitement about an artist. And so when I did Les DS after that, years after that, I made sure that everything was locked, and that the album would come out before anybody could have their head explode, but at least we could make our money from the project. And yeah, that was a crazy story, and I always forget that story. I always remember that story when I think about, when I listen to artists complain about the fate of their careers, and it's always the fault of everybody. Sometimes I remember that story, and a lot of stories like these ones, where people, they want to arrive fast to the top. They want to arrive in one step. It takes 1,000 steps. And if somebody gives you the opportunity to do 100 steps, and maybe there's going to be a sacrifice, maybe things you don't understand, listen, take the 100 steps and try to learn as much as you can, try to leverage as much as you can, and think about, if you're still independent or if you sign to those people, all the things you're going to do after that, all the money you're going to generate, don't think about the money you're losing from the shows, think about all the money you're going to generate from copyright, from this, from that. And I was like, yo, those people don't understand those things. And yeah, he thought he did the 1,000 steps, and in reality, he walked 100 steps back. And it is what it is. So yeah, that was my story of tonight. Let me look at your comments before I go. That must change the industry. It won't. I'm so glad that you have your masters. Listen, I'm so glad that I have my masters. Trust me, because it's a cold game. Sometimes managers and record labels are toxic with the artist, and they can kill the artistry with toxicity of wrong choices. That is true. That is true, sister. I remember a show in 2006, a guy sang question mark, but he sounds so badly, and he won the contest. Everybody was so hungry, and everybody went to boo him in the airport of Beta. Oh shit. Oh my god, I would have loved to see that. There must be a video somewhere. The thing is this: if a show is 5,000, right, and there's 50 shows, it means there's 250 that's gonna be made. 250K that's gonna be made. And if somebody tells you you're gonna make 2K out of every show, you're gonna make 100K, some people will think, fuck, they're taking 150K from me. And some people will be like, I never made 100K from 50 shows. I never even had 50 shows guaranteed. So I'm gonna take the 50 shows, make 100K that I can invest in myself. I can buy myself a camera. I can buy myself a home studio. I can pay my rent for 3 years. I can have like 30 or 50K on the side, and etc., etc., etc. I can think plans maybe at that time. We're in 2004, so not yet, but maybe in 4 or 5 years, I'll buy with the 10,000 that I kept. I'll buy maybe 1,000 of Bitcoins that will generate millions in another 10 years. Like, some people will think like that, and some people will just think, that's my money. That's my 5,000. When the week before, you never had a show paid more than 400. Go figure. Here in Portugal, I wrote some songs for a very famous artist, and the deal was, you're gonna do the melodies, you're gonna help write the lyrics, but we want the publishing. And I was like, yeah, cool. So when they want the publishing, let's say the writing part is 50%, the publisher takes 50% of that. So my parts becomes 25%, and the publisher gets 25%. Okay. So I could say to myself, yo, I did all the work, you're gonna take 25%, that's not cool. But what happens is that not only they put me in this project, the song is now in every novella in Portugal, and the song is #1 right now. So it's playing on the big radios, and she's gonna do a lot of shows, etc., etc. So my 25% is gonna generate 10, 20, 30,000. But if I said no, I don't want, and maybe I kept my song and maybe I sang it myself, maybe it would only generate 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. So sometimes you gotta give to get. But some people, they will say to themselves, no, it's me, I wrote, I'm not giving nothing. And yeah, that's why some people make it and some others don't. Telling you. Exactly. Ooh, yeah. What up, Joel? Telling you, game over. Completely. Excellent story and a life lesson. Thanks for sharing. My pleasure. It's a pleasure. Counting the chickens before the eggs hatch. Je dirais même vendre la peau de l'ours avant de l'avoir tué. I was storytelling the campfire of the night. Matt Music, what up? So listen, it was really a pleasure to have you. I'm gonna now go to bed. I hope you enjoy that show, and if you enjoy this conversation and this story I told you, give me some unicorns in the chat. It will make me very happy. I'm gonna leave you with a song by me. What can I play? I know what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play. Oh yeah. I'm gonna play you a song called Tira Essa Ropa, Malcolm Beats remix. Very cool song. And I hope you enjoy the show. And I will see you Sunday. And Sunday we will listen to the first single out of Bantu Royalty, my album that comes out in exactly 8 days, and we will listen to the first single out of that album that is coming out. So this is gonna be cute. Can't wait for you to discover and can't wait to do the album listening party. Finally. So Shada gang, thanks for coming. This show is brought to you by Shadaware, Gods of Good Fortune. Gods of Good Fortune. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to everybody who supported the show tonight. Thanks for all your super chat. Congrats to our new stream royalty, Mr. Robert Ford. Thank you, Emmanuel Etienne, for the super chat. And there was another one. There was another one from Black Free Thinker. Thank you so much, all three, for supporting this show. And I will see you when I see you. Peace, my people.
Malcolm Beats.
Moça bonita, só de olhar para as curvas dela eu fico wow, wow, wow. Essa menina tá tipo atriz de novela, me deixa wow, wow, wow. Fico louco só com teu andar tão sensual, sensual. Já estou a imaginar mil e uma coisas, não estou a aguentar. Moça, tira. Quando eu tiro essa roupa, tira essa roupa, quando eu tiro essa roupa, tira essa roupa. Moça bonita, mais depressa, um pouco mais lento. Perdeu é do, do, do. Ainda agora vestes, mas já tira tudo e fica sem nada. Ainda tu, wow, wow, wow. Eu adoro te remexer. Estou a enlouquecer, enlouquecer. Eu só não quero que tu pares já. Continua. Estou quase lá. Quando eu tiro essa roupa, tira essa roupa, tira essa roupa. Tira essa roupa, me cuidas, bué. Eu quero te ver, não há nada, me cuidas, bué. Me tentas, bué. Na festa, baby. Fica sem roupa, baby. Te desejo, baby.